Hi everyone! Throughout my videos, I've had some tips and tricks spread out. I believe some of these are very useful and some very interesting, so I decided to take the most important ones I could think of and put them into this one video. Starting off, we will be looking at how sitting affects your health regeneration, which I know sounds weird, but it actually does affect it, and it does affect it by quite a big difference. I jumped off a cliff, virtually, and allowed my health regeneration to do its thing. I think your health regeneration ticks every other second. While standing, I got 23 health per tick, and while sitting it was 34 health per tick. This is an increase of about 50%. What surprises me the most was how long it took for me to realize this. Unfortunately, this does not work for mana regeneration. For my second tip, I want to show what parrying actually does. That you parry an attack and thus take no damage from it is probably more well known. What is lesser known is that parrying actually decreases the remaining cooldown of your auto attack. In my trials and estimates, I found it decreases the cooldown by about 1.5 seconds. This is of course a very good thing. Actually estimating how much this will increase your damage isn't too easy. If we assume you take 100 hits and all do the same damage and non-crits, then a 5% parry should make you parry 5 attacks, meaning you decrease your damage taken by 5%, which means 1% per parry. If it takes 200 seconds to receive these 100 hits, and your weapon speed is 3, you will do about 67 attacks within this time frame. Now, if you parry while you have 1.5 seconds or more left of your auto attack cooldown, meaning you'll get the full reduction of 1.5 seconds, then parrying 5 attacks will decrease the time it takes for you to hit these 67 times by about 7.5 seconds. This in turn means that you will have some time left to hit even more within these 200 seconds. Using this logic, I found that 5% parry increases your damage output by about 3.75%. Which might not be too much, but let's say you fight cats. They attack fast and do little damage. You will now parry even more and thus attack even more often. Or how about you attack 2 cats at once and spam cleave? Now this effect will be much more noticeable. I know the meta for leveling a warrior at the moment is to use hamstring and only run close to the target when your auto attack is off cooldown in order to take as few auto attacks as possible. However, if the target attacks fast and deals little damage, it might be worth fighting many mobs at once and spam cleaving attacks in order to utilize the parrying effect. In this footage, the warrior has 9.5% parry, and you can notice it both decreases the time spent killing a mob and the time spent outside of combat regenerating health. For my third tip, I'd like to mention and make clear that auto shoot and auto attack does not share cooldown. This includes all ranged weapons, meaning bows, crossbows, guns, and wands. This can potentially be a big difference. For hunters, auto attack and auto shoot weaving is a big DPS increase. For priests especially, this gives you a time window to use instant spells, as auto attack does not activate the global cooldown as shooting your wand does. So, using a hard-hitting, slow staff to weave with shooting, you not only increase your damage output, but you also give yourself the opportunity to use instant spells without losing any damage. My fourth tip. At level 18, hordes can pick up the quest Deathstalkers in Shadowfang. Some races can, due to the size of their models, turn in this quest without doing the dungeon. Undead females, for example, can just run into the instance, go up to the gate, and turn in the quest through the gate, giving all female undeads the chance to get a pair of green shoulders with 5 intellect and 5 spirit at level 18. I think what determines whether you can do this or not is the size of your character model. I know that female undeads can do it, and I know that female Taurans can't do it, so obviously male Taurans can't do it either. I have only tried with female undead and female Tauran, so those are the only two ones I know for certain. The fifth tip. At around level 38 to 40, it might be time to get to the Badlands. The fastest way to do this is to grab the quest for Gnomergon from Orgrimmar. Head down to Booty Bay and use the teleport to Gnomergon. The portal will work as long as you have your teleport ticket. If you left it in the bank, there is a bank in Booty Bay, and if you deleted it, you can get a new one right from an NPC next to the portal. After you've arrived, I'd recommend dying to a mob and spirit resting. This will take you 1400 yards in the right direction in 20 seconds. Afterwards, just run through Dun Moreau to the Badlands. This is way faster than running from Arathi Highlands. For my sixth tip, I recommend doing the Green Hills of Stranglethorn quest. In my estimates, most people never bother with these chests, as it might be hard getting all the pages. I'd recommend downright buying them from the neutral auction house in Booty Bay. They are often cheap at around 10 silver per piece. Turning in all these quests related to the pages, you get about 10% of a whole level. It's probably a good idea to do the quest throughout the zone, and right before you leave it, just buy the remaining pages that you miss and go turn in the quest for some nice rewards. For my seventh tips, I want to talk about the Ashenvale Hunt and the mob Tidris. You surely have picked up and turned in the quest the Ashenvale Hunt from the Barons. What you might not have done is actually hunt down the 3 beasts related to it. Each one of these 3 beasts drops an item that begins quests and are turned in at Splinter Tree posts. Sharptalon is right south of Splinter Tree. She is a level 30 hippogriff and you might need some help taking her down. Shadumbra is a level 24 tiger very close to this tree here. Ursungus is a level 23 bear located right by the lake where you do the Stone Talon Standstill quest. When you're down by this lake, preferably do the Stone Talon Standstill quest, but also look out for the water elemental called Tidris. She also drops an item which begins a quest. Turning in all these items will get you about 9000 experience, which at levels 20 to 30 is very much. My 8th tip will be about resistance and armor. As you know, you can't see how much health enemies have, at least not without add-ons. However, there is actually a macro which tells you the resistance and armor of mobs and NPCs in the world. This works both on friendly and hostile NPCs, in case you're curious of how much armor Thrall has or something. This can help you decide whether you should use Eviscerate or Garrot or Rupture, or Ferocious Bite or a Bleed. Or if you should cast Fire or Frost spells, or just give up and start hitting it with your stick. It is both useful and fun to have this add-on. I'll have it written in the description below. Well, these were the most interesting and helpful tips I could think of. I hope you found them interesting and useful. If you have any tips on how I can improve my videos, I would love to hear them. If you have anything special you would want me to test out, please write that in the comments as well, and I might even check it out. Of course, these were just an overlook of the tips. If you want them more in depth, you'll have to look through the videos where they're actually found. Either way, thanks for watching.